we try to reframe what you know about the 2007, 2008 period where there was all these shocking meltdown tabloid titles. We hear lots of like things you've never heard about before about the beginning of her career.
She was so open and vulnerable. How we treated her was disgusting.
Something that was really surprising to me that I didn't realize going back to the beginning was how in control of her career Britney was at the start. Several people independently kept telling us how much control and power Britney had from the time she was a teenager, how much creative control she had, and how much control over her image. I asked everyone I knew, what's the first thing you think of when you think of Britney Spears? And so many people said when she shaved her head, and also when she hit the paparazzi with the umbrella, which was mostly his car, not him, we found out. But it's like these two still frames that I feel like I question how much they're affecting her even to this day, and how people see her. And so we wanted to pull out and see what was happening. And something that we found that people don't realize is how, as this was all going down, she was in this custody battle to see her kids and how important her kids were to her. And so, for example, we get the guy who was the paparazzi, who was one of the two people with following her around during that umbrella time. And the umbrella, we called it the umbrella incident internally, but they had been following her around as she was trying to see her kids. And it's like such an extreme moment for her that, having someone ask you questions when you're at like one of the most devastating personal times of your life with this, relationship that's the most important relationship to you in the world, the one with your kids, gives it a really new perspective to pull outside the frame and see that. I think a big thing is that we hear from Felicia Culata, who was Britney's lifetime friend throughout her career and was with her in Vegas as well. Felicia had been silent for many years, and so she's coming out to speak for first time in a long time.
Britney did not want her father to be the conservator of her person, right? The person who makes decisions about her medical care and treatment and so on and so forth. She also didn't want him controlling her finances.
A conservatorship is this unique legal arrangement where somebody who is considered unable to make decisions in their best interests, the power to make those decisions is given to somebody else. And it's mostly used for the elderly, mostly people who have Alzheimer's.
You start to connect the dots and you start to talk to other people who have the exact same thoughts, that this isn't right.
A lot of people really love Britney. And so a lot of people just want to make sure she's okay. And I think it's hard to tell if she is because of the silence around the conservatorship. Over the last year or so, her Instagram has become different. She hasn't spoken in a long time, like months, I think, when she used to speak a lot on her Instagram. We kind of see that transformation happen. And the question is, how much of her Instagram does she control? And if she does control it, what does it mean? And so that's where you get a lot of these like, quote, conspiracy theories if people are trying to figure out what she means by them. And, somebody in the film says anything that you see in those videos, you're bringing to the videos, which I think is true because they're so hard to interpret. They're like very confounding, as people say. And you could really oftentimes see whatever you want in them. You can see someone really happy dancing, or you can see someone, calling out for help. And I think that's where a lot of this conspiracy theory idea comes from. But I feel like actually those are kind of like outsider people, and it's not actually the majority of people who are questioning the conservatorship system and really wondering if like everything, even if it's legal, should it be legal? Is everything fine? And actually this is the best thing for her. I think a lot of people are asking legitimate questions. So I don't think it should be overshadowed by this idea that there are conspiracies out there. I think the words conspiracy theory can be weaponized these days into meaning just like, don't pay attention to these people, which I think is dangerous also.
If I'm wrong and one day Britney does come out and tells us that we're wrong and leave her alone, we will do just that.